What's poppin', world? Top of the morning, y'all tapped in with the Head of the Game podcast. Woo! Yet once again, we got another controversial discussion that we got to talk about this morning. Y'all read the title, so without further ado, let's get right into it. This is for my brothers, especially between the ages of 25 to 35, right? Now, I mean, this might apply to people that's outside of that age range, but this is the age group I want to focus on the most with this message right here. We gotta have a man-to-man talk, you feel me? We gotta keep it 100 with each other, you feel me? The government ain't coming, bruh. The government ain't coming. If anything, the government trying to leave folks behind, and this is more so of an awareness, you feel me? An awareness video. Take this headphone out of what I've been seeing, you know. And you can look at it from a historical basis that the world's changing, and it's probably going to a place of no return. And as bad as things look today, they might look even worse tomorrow. Now, I know it's an election year and politicians with their policies, promising to turn back the hands of time, but they know the writing's on the wall. This is the new America, you feel me? Whereas more people struggling in this country, you know, and I'm just talking about in a modern scale, you feel me, than ever before. Even though we got all this technology, all this improvement and advancement in society, as technology improves, I just feel like the more the everyday person gonna hurt, just due to the fact that a lot of these markets and stuff is oversaturated. These policies and these regulations is condensing the workforce, and to become a skilled individual, even though it's not at its worst, it's probably more important than ever before, right? The government ain't coming, man. They can sit up there, pass these policies, spend all these bills, you feel me? And ironically, you feel me? All these bills is just causing more bills. You feel me? That's every time there's a bill passed, just know that it's gonna increase the pressure of bills. You feel me? On the everyday person. So it's because the money gotta come from somewhere. You know, people want to regulate and put in policies and all that, but this video ain't about all this political stuff. We talking about the things that we can control. You feel me? We need to incline ourselves to what it actually is. You feel me? Like, it's not good to lie to ourselves and look at the past. Stop listening to your parents. Stop listening to your grandparents, because they don't live in these times. You feel me? They haven't had to encounter living in these times. That's just real. You feel me? Like, so what I really want to get at is the mindset. Stop crying, stop whining, stop bitching. You feel me? Like, man to man, nobody ain't feeling sorry for you. I'm just gonna keep it 100. You feel me? Your upbringing, your deficiencies, the things that you lack, the lack of a support system. It feels like people left you behind, and nobody cares. And I'm not saying that to be insensitive. It's actually the opposite. You feel me? We need to know where we at as men, so we know how to move forward in a practical standpoint. Because the last thing you want to do to yourself is lie to yourself to have a built-in excuse to create yourself as a sympathetic figure. You feel me? You're being another statistic. All these societal pressures about what needs to be had and when a person needs to have it. Fuck that bullshit. You feel me? Like, people gonna sit up there and try to look down on one another and, try to make it seem as though because times are hard, you gotta be extra hard on yourself because you measuring yourself to the societal measuring stick of what a man should be. Fuck that bullshit, bruh. Lay your truth and don't let this propaganda rob you of your sanity. Don't allow these exterior pressures to break you because you don't fit with inside what a traditional the traditional standard of what is and what isn't. That's first and foremost, right? But if you're not happy with where you're at, you got to ask yourself, well, happiness is based off a value system. That's where it derives from. So then you got to be introspective and be like, okay, where am I at? Where I would like to be? And what are the things that I need to sit up there and either add on or let go to put myself on the track to be able to obtain these things within the time frame of me wanting to obtain, right? Now, if you look at it, and you be like, hey, that's just the stretch too far, then you got to be content with your situation and your reality. And I'm not sitting up there saying, hey, look, don't have dreams and goals, and when the tough gets tougher, just give up because you don't have that kind of belief in yourself. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that you can't externally live for those that you want to prove wrong more so than proving yourself right. If you're a healthy, functional, sane person that have all the prerequisites that make your life happy, and anything that adds on to that is a bonus, then hey, be cool with that. You feel me? All right. Nobody should be able to dictate where your happiness lies. I don't care how much shit they talk. I don't care how much they feel like they want you to win and all this other shit. Fuck that bullshit, bro. Go for yours, and if you already got it, don't lose everything trying to gain everything everybody else thinks you need to have, and lose the number one thing that made you even want those things in the first place. You feel me? Which is your self-identity. Don't lose yourself over those things, man. Now, this ain't no, how can I say it? This ain't no self-help, inspirational, motivational video. This is a realism video. You feel me? People look up and they mad at their situation, and in certain regards and respects, rightfully so. Because you sitting up there looking at like, all right, the cognitive dissonance of what I have and who I am and what I've done is not measuring up to where I should be, who I am, and what I set myself up to be. A lot of people been lied to and scammed, and now they gotta unlearn and relearn certain truths because they've been led astray by people that really don't even feel obligated to clean up the mess they made. So yeah, you probably feel lost, you probably feel betrayed. I don't know, I felt that before. People acting like they got my best interest at hand, trying to protect me from myself, when I know fully, I know my capabilities, my limitations. And where people fucked up is when they try to tell you more about yourself than yourself, right? Stupid shit. But we got arrogant people that really wanna, but fuck them. We ain't worried about them. We worried about you, what you need to do. And if you need to take out the time to really just not fuck with nobody until you get your shit straight, you get your mind right, you become laser focused and disciplined to where you're not lazy and you actually applying yourself towards where you need to be, then that's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do. Feel me? I'm gonna keep it 100, y'all. The government ain't coming. You feel me? Like they not coming for you. They're not trying to save you. I don't care what political stance you have. They're not coming. And okay, you might be good, right? But are you setting your children up to be good? How are you educating them? You feel me? Are you the role model and an example? Are you preparing them for a world that might be tougher than the world that you went through? I don't know. I think that lies on the person that really is in that situation. You feel me? But the main thing is, stop bitching, man. If you work in a 9 to 5 and you hate that motherfucker because it feels like it's taking you away from your purpose and your identity. I mean, within reason, of course. You feel me? I don't want to just sit up there and say, hey, do anything for any reason, by any means necessary. You have to have integrity and principles. You have to have some level of standards and morality, you know. I ain't gonna be extreme with it, you feel me? I shouldn't even have to say that, but, there's people out there that just really take everything to the bank. But that being said, man, they ain't coming, man. Do what you gotta do. You feel me? It's not like the movies. It's not like the movies where a person starts out, they in the struggle, and then boom, magically out the nowhere, their life change forever, and everything just goes good, and they never have to look back at their old life. Nah, that's not generally what happens. Yeah, they're outliers. Yeah, there's, certain stories, but by and large, generally speaking, no. Yeah, that's not how it happens. How it happens is, it's, the great Tupac said, it's hard to be legit and still pay the rent. To go after your dreams and to also support and maintain your quality of life. You're gonna lose a lot of sleep. You're gonna lose a lot of sleep. You're gonna be tired. And nobody cares. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck about the details. They just want to, they only care about the end result. They don't give a fuck about the process. They just give a fuck about the progress. That's just the society we stay in, or we live in. People aren't going to sit up there and go out their way and, we're going to support your dreams and, yeah, we're going to pat you on the back and we're going to keep pushing you forward. Nobody gives a fuck about how close you gotten, how you missed it by a hair, and you were almost successful and you almost and close and all that other shit. Nobody gives a fuck about close and what I didn't have and what I didn't do, and none of that shit. So man to man, if you doing some shit, I'm talking about as a grown ass man. This man apply to women as well. You feel me? But I'm talking to my brothers right now. If you a female, feel free to listen as well. If you doing some shit you don't like, do something about it. Do something about it. Get pissed off. Get angry. Yeah. You should. Real men know how to weaponize their anger. You feel me? It's not to sit up there and, I'm unbothered and I don't feel emotion and I'm too manly to feel because I'm numb. And nah, Real men feel emotions. We just do not wear it on our sleeve. We weaponize it. You feel me? We use it to our benefit. This is the fuel that drives men to the top. Got to give a fuck. The people that's at the top, they gave a fuck. And they probably gave a fuck more than they probably the most sensitive motherfuckers on the earth. Because they gave a fuck. You feel me? They gave a fuck more so than people gave a fuck about them. You feel me? That's the irony out of all this. Not to sit up there and dismiss that they don't care about the people that give a fuck about them. But it wasn't the biggest influence on why they got to where they got to. You feel me? Wasn't the biggest reason. I'm just keep it a band with you. You feel me? Like, I'm just gonna be totally honest with y'all. You feel me? Like, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck. Some people do give a fuck, but they only give a fuck so much. Because they got their own life to live. They got their own story to tell. You know, they ain't gonna be wrapping themselves around what you got going on. And fuck that bullshit, man. Stop looking for validation, you know, the confirmation of, are you doing something right? And what are you doing it for? And does anybody see me? And I understand we live in a digital age where everybody wants to be seen and everybody wants to be looked at and acknowledged and all this. See your fucking self. Get in the mirror and see yourself. You got two set of eyes. You know? See yourself. Look at yourself. That's the only person that need to fucking see you as a grown-ass man, bruh. Nobody don't give a fuck. You shouldn't give a fuck that they give a fuck. You grown in a motherfucker and you got shit to do. You got mountains to climb. You can't be looking down. You gotta be looking up on the fucking mountain. Stop looking down on how far you came. Oh, look how far I came. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck about how far you came and the struggle and everything you've been through and the scars and scabs and everything. You fuck that bullshit, bruh. It's not how far you came. It's how far you willing to go. Feel me? Because if you breaking even, only if you content with that, then scratch everything else I said. But if you ain't got to where you ultimately need to be, then all those accolades only matter for the time that they happen. And it only reinforces on why you need to keep going forward. All those trophies, all those accolades, all those accomplishments, all the things that you have obtained only mean so much so to validate why you need to keep going even harder. Feel me? The government ain't coming. Maybe your mom might come. Maybe your family might come. But what the fuck is that gonna leave you? Huh? You like that? That feel good? I hope it hurt. It's fucked up out here. And I'm not saying people don't fall on hard times where they gotta go reset and be at a lower level for a certain period of time. But I will tell you this, if you don't listen to anything outside of what I've said already, this is the one thing I hope that really sticks with you, right? The more you're in a situation is the more it becomes your norm. Meaning that if you're stuck in a situation for a while, for a long duration of time, more so times than not, that is going to be your norm. Meaning that's what you're going to be comfortable with. Meaning that it's going to be hard for you to sit up there and transition to the next level if you're stagnant, right? But if you're cool with where you're at, being stagnant and stationary and stable, you feel me? And you're just at a point to where you just need to maintain, you've already accomplished. Okay, cool. But we ain't talking about people that's at where they at. You're talking about people that wants to get somewhere and what it's gonna take to get there. Get mad, get fucking upset, right? Get frustrated, man. Get pissed off. But don't go bitching and crying to other people that you think that's gonna empathize with you. Because you grown than a motherfucker. If you 25 to 35 or older, nobody gives a fuck. I'm gonna keep saying that, bruh. I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm gonna keep telling y'all. Nobody cares. Only to a certain extent. Okay, I'll tell you how they care, right? They care for you as a human, as a living human being. They care for your humanity, but they do not care for your mental health, your sanity. Well, I guess that comes down to humanity as well. But we're talking about tangible things that you can control, right? So your sanity, your mental health, that's all within your care and your responsibility to maintain that. And if you allowing people to come into your life to fucking tamper with that shit, that's your fucking fault for subjecting yourself to deal with that shit. Stop answering your phone so much if you feel like, or stop inviting people over so much so if you feel like they're in a bad position to where they don't respect your identity as a fucking man, my nigga. I'm gonna keep it 100. Stop sitting up there making excuses on why, and you putting this chip on your shoulder. Oh, I'm gonna show them. They shouldn't talk to me like that, man. Fuck that bullshit. You ain't gotta check nobody. This is how you check somebody. Just say fuck you and don't just ignore them. Because some people aren't gonna fucking change. Some people want the bullshit. Some people know that, hey, they don't care about who they hurt or what they are or who they are to people. They just on that bullshit. So instead of feeling like you gotta justify and correct and put somebody in their place to respect you, man, fuck that bullshit. Shouldn't no grown-ass person be trying to check another grown-ass person on some behavioral shit if that's their own responsibility? You feel me? Like, if they're a fucked up person, they know what come along with that. You ain't gotta sit up there and like, they know more than what you know. You feel me? But if this is a brother, somebody you love, somebody you got the best interest for, okay, yeah, bring it to their attention. Like, hey man, you moving strange. Depending on how they take that, you feel me? Then you just move accordingly. But by and large, man, man, fuck that bullshit. But the shit that y'all can control, man. So let's get down to the end of this video. The shit that y'all can control: mindset, discipline. The shit that you do that nobody else gets to see. You feel me? So when you do make it to a certain place, the success on paper just looks easy and accessible, like anybody can do it. But nobody knows the fucking real hard work you put behind this shit. You feel me? Really make this shit go. They just seeing the finished product. You feel me? They just seeing the finished product, and they just juxtaposing that to, in their imagination, to what it would be like if they put themselves in your shoes, but they never got the chance to see the times that you were upset or depressed or, you know, just even crying at night. You feel me? Just crying in silence. You feel me? Now, I'm not saying, you know, it's not okay to cry, you know, but at the same time, nah. You know, like I said, men, we internalize and we weaponize that anger. We don't externalize and try to penalize, you know, the world for the world that they didn't even put us in. They ain't got nothing to do with you being here and how you, and what position you in this world. So to go about acting like everybody, you know, it's everybody's fault for what you going through, nah, bro. You gotta internalize that and take it out on the very world that you in. Feel me? Nobody, the government ain't coming, man. So, you want to become an entrepreneur? Look up entrepreneurship. Look up mentorship. You feel me? Get some counseling. You know, counseling regarding, like, you know, You gotta pay for a consultation because you're intrigued or interested in a certain business model. Get up under somebody's wing that can prevent you from making all the mistakes that they did. You feel me? Somebody that's already well into what you trying to do or pursue. You feel me? Like, I mean, generally speaking, man, that's just where I'm at with it, man. Gotta be disciplined. Gotta be competitive, and not competitive towards other, competitive towards yourself. Being better than the man that you was yesterday. That's what you strive to become. Better than the man that you are today. Because I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all, right? And I'm gonna leave it at this. Your real competition. Fuck your homies. Fuck your enemies. You ain't even met your real adversaries, right? Because they too prepared. The real adversaries you never seen before, and I'm gonna tell you why. The real competition towards who you want to be and how you want to be it, they're competing right now as we speak. They're putting the work in. Do not see them. It might be across the way, another state, another country. You think the people that you're dealing with right now, right, is giving you a hard time? You be around the block long enough, you'll understand that it's bigger than your little bubble. It's bigger than the little bubble that you know, and you think that that's just what the world is. Your little bubble, your little friends, your little enemies, your little social circle where you gossip and talk, and you think that's all what life is about. And it's not a nucleus that's bigger than that. You be around the block long enough, you'll find out that it's not even close. Your true contemporaries, they getting prepared for you. Right now, while you sitting on your back, on your bed, eating fucking potato chips, screaming on you, scrolling through your phone, looking through YouTube shorts and fucking TikToks. These niggas is getting their work in. Preparing to get you out the way. And some of these cats is the young niggas. The young niggas is ready to sit up there and make you old niggas obsolete. They coming for your spot. So about time you realize your fucking position is taken up, it's too late to do anything about it. They coming. The young niggas is coming. What you gonna do about it? That's all I gotta say about this video, man. The government ain't coming. Maybe your mama might, but then that's that. It is what it is, man. I'm done. Man to man, man the fuck up. Let's go. Let's do this shit, man. No excuses. Comment, like, subscribe. I'm gone.